a redemption. We just want to let you know that we are sorry for the inconvenience of Burningstar for Session 1.5 Preacher. We were unable to record all of it due to technical difficulties, so I am here to do a little recap. I just want to say hello to fellow people of Eden out there that are listening to us right now. So, to start the recap, C-76 received a tablet on his bed once they got back from exploring the ship of Eden 1. He picks up the tablet and there's a secret message on there, basically telling them that they had found a preacher vessel that was trailing us back to our way to Eden 1. Therefore, he reads the message and he quickly departs before he tries to warn the others where he is going. Captain Jake is sound asleep in his bed, while Miss Adhara is tinkering and listening to loud rock music as she does, and is not here, C-76. Me, performing my diligent duties of cleaning and doing restoration of the ship, finds C-76 in the corridor. And he asks me to scan and get information. So I do. And he tells me he's going on a secret mission, which is hush hush. So I ask him if he would like me to make modifications on his bike, which I do, and I think they're pretty sweet. And then I inform him that I have created a suit for him for Spec Ops, so he may not be seen on the ship. Nobody likes to be seen on special operations, am I right? Ha ha ha, ha ha ha. But anyways, he puts on the suit, and the suit looks like a tactical operations suit. It is all black, with a black mask and red eyes. I did not want anybody to recognize him, as he is going onto an enemy vessel. So, I decide to download myself into his suit, so that I may be a navigator of some sorts. Anyways, we climb onto his bike after he loads up his weapons and gets ready to go to this ship. As we fly through the ship, we can see the beautiful world of Mars and the ships of the Bengal Alliance, and also Eden 1. We make our way towards the ship. We cannot see it, so we use a heat vision apparatus onto the suit and are able to locate the preacher. We calculate where the weakest spot of the ship is, and we land on the ship. Doing a little bit of hacking, as I do say so for myself, we enter the ship, and we map our way into the ship. We find two paladins walking through the ship. One, a warrior class, and the other a rogue class, which one is bigger than the other, and has more armor than the other one does, but the other one is quite nimble. We are able to evade them, and we stumble across a small child. C-76 interacts with this child, after me telling him that we should not do that and we should complete the mission as follows. He decides to let the child go, after I have promptly told him that we should leave no witnesses. We go into the corridor, and we see that there are another party of security officers walking by. We decide to climb into the vent, but accidentally drop the vent down on the ground, which alerts the guards. Using a magnetic field to put the vent back into its place, we were heard, but not seen. Traveling through the ventilation system, we came across a strange creature which attacks the C-76, but he was able to fend himself and decided to destroy this creature. This creature dropped some kind of gauntlet claw mechanism which was integrated into the suit after we have touched it. This gave him sharpness of claws and able to claw through things that we haven't been able to claw through before. After that, we make our way towards the prison cells. You see, we had figured out that the ship was not just on a route to destroy us, but had some prisoners captured from when they have destroyed Eden. Once doing so, we end up into a cell, which we see too unwanted. One of the unwanted was a criminal on Eden and decided to attack C-76. With his brutal combat skills, he decided to destroy this creature of some sorts. And then the other one thoroughly pissed his pants. C-76 decides to help this one, and he gives him a navigational tablet and tells him to head to the escape pods. He does this crying into the vent and leaves. Shortly after, we deactivate the bars of the cell, and we see a group of people. We try to gather any information that they might have of the ship for being aboard for it for at least 1 to 2 days. But there was no information that we could get from them. Then we look into another cell, and we see 4 cryotubes. C-76 decides he wants to open these cryotubes, and then they open. And we find 2 military personnel and 2 scientists. One, the admiral professor of Eden, and a young scientist girl. No designated names known as of yet. We are able to sneak by using them as a decoy. The military personnel go out of the gate and decide to fight a Goliath-class paladin, which ensued. The 2 military officers die, but the admiral, with his elite skills in martial arts, is able to fend them off. And decided decided to create a diversion for us. We decided to head through the ventilation system and continue our mission to destroy this vessel. We climb down the shaft and greeted by a friendly drone that decides to shoot at us. Using his skills, he protects this young scientist woman, but in fact destroys the shields on his suit. With a long, arduous fight with this drone, he decides to destroy it. But we feel that everything on this ship has been integrated with human tissue and life. The drone bleeds, and then it dies. We head into the engine room, where we meet the captain. The captain is a large abomination, with one eye and tentacles, trapped inside of the tube, with large appendages attached to him. Him and C-76 have a quaint little talk. This abomination wishes not to serve the Genesis or the Doctor or the Mother in any way necessary. So he tries to strike a deal. He tries to say that he wants me. And above other things, C-76 declines. And a battle ensues. C-76 tries his best to fend him off, but to no avail. It's quite weak. At the last moment, using a health path, and taking the claws and clawing them right into the eye of the abomination of Preacher, destroys him. And then we escape. As we are running through the corridors, many paladins try to take us out, but C-76 climbs through walls, slashes them in their face, slides under them, slashes them in their legs, and is able to escape the ship with the girl after we fitted her with an outfit so she may survive in space, jump onto the bike, and flee back to Eden 1. As we get there, we are confronted by the Mingald Alliance of Mars, and they ask us to identify ourselves. C-76 is stunned and is just trying to get away because of the shock. But then we identify ourselves and head back to Eden 1. Once we go into Eden 1, we head back to the ship of redemption. As I get integrated back into the ship, C-76 goes back into his room with this girl, telling her not to say a word. Goes in and rests. Then Adhara knocks on the door. They all keep quiet. As Adhara and Jake take a tour of Eden, C-76 and the scientist woman rests in their room. And that is where the session ends. And I must say about the suit that I created for him, I gave it horns, and now everyone thinks that C-76 is a demon. Which is quite funny, because they call themselves paladins, and are worshippers of the creators. I thought it was ironic. Anyways, thank you, all people of Eden listening, and rebels, and for the creators out there. You all can suck it. Bye bye.